icyo uvuze kuri twebwe reka tumwakire narangiza tugezeho ijambo ryacu uno munsi.
Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Rwanda, the Right Honorable Prime Minister and our guest of honor today, Honorable Ministers, Governor Northern Province, members of the Diplomatic Corps, our most distinguished Kwita Abana Bingagi today, captains of industry, champions of conservation, esteemed partners, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. One of the biggest moments in my life was the time that I understood the meaning of my name. I am sure this was the case with most of you here today. It often feels like a huge revelation of who we are and the standards and values which guide our lives. In a way, one's name is their destiny. In a name, many times, is also the aspirations and thoughts of the communities we belong to, as well as their best wishes for a bright future. In a name is a distinct identity that enables one to live a unique life. Ladies and gentlemen, our mountain gorillas are part of this unique heritage. Found only in 3 countries in the world, seeing them is a unique bucket list experience for many from all over the world. And yet, unfortunately, in 1996, IUCN had classified these creatures as critically endangered, facing a threat of extinction. The good news, however, is that in 2018, mountain gorillas were reclassified from critically endangered to endangered, a recognition of their improved well-being and owing to collective conservation efforts by all of you represented here today. So a big thank you. Right Honorable Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all the organizers of Kwita Abana, allow me to conclude by giving special thanks to the following. First, the First Lady of Rwanda. Thank you very much for being here with us today. Your Excellency, you have championed conservation through Kwita Abana from the very first edition in 2005, where together with His Excellency the President, you gave names to twin babies. We are very happy to report today that they have grown into happy, healthy adults. Jeshimo is now a responsible silverback, while his sister Imano is a proud mother of 2. Second, to the Right Honorable Prime Minister of Rwanda, who is representing His Excellency the President and the government of Rwanda. Thank you for not only guaranteeing safety and stability for citizens and visitors of our country, but also for the gorillas and other wildlife. Conservation thrives where there's safety and security. And as you've already had, we now have a good problem to solve. The growing population needs a bigger home. Third, to the namers of this year's Kwita Abana, as well as those of the past editions, thank you very much for being part of this conservation story. The babies you have named will be thrilled to keep in touch with you and show you all the things they learn as they grow. Your time and support today is invaluable and immensely appreciated. Fourth, our conservation partners. We appreciate the work that you did with us to ensure gorillas were safe during the COVID-19 pandemic and that tourism continued within this context. I am very pleased to report that all your efforts paid off. The first half of 2022 already indicated that we had reached 80% of tourism revenues pre-pandemic, while revenues of national parks, including the Volcanoes National Park, have slightly exceeded pre-pandemic levels. Recovery is underway. Fifth, to the investors and philanthropists who continue to believe in our sector. Despite the pandemic, we registered total new investments in the tourism sector worth $353 million in 2020 and 2021. New additions in our tourism sector include Cleo in Karongi, Umba Lodge in Guamagana, 4 Points in Kigali, the hot air balloon in Akajara, Ellen campus of Dian Fossey here in Kinigi, as well as the acquisition of Hotel Muano by Movenpick, a brand of Accor. All this happened during the pandemic, and there are many, many more hotels, investments, and apartments in Rwanda. Finally, I want to thank the communities living around the national parks for the exemplary support in conservation. Our conservation work aims at improving their lives too. Without the support of our communities, there simply would be no effective conservation. On that note, Your Excellencies, allow me to address the communities briefly in Kinyarwanda. Nyakuba mshitsi mkuru nagira ngo munyemerere nsuhuze kandi ngire icyo mbwira abaturage bateraniye hano baturiye pariki yacu y'ibirunga. Ndavuga ibintu bibiri. Cyambere twishimiye cyane kuba twongeye kuba turi kumwe namwe mu birori byo kwitizina uyu munsi. Mu by'ukuri twari twabakumbuye cyane. Shakari inkuru nziza bazaniye kandi nuko nyuma y'ibihe bikomeye bya COVID-19 byagize ingaruka no ku bukerarugendo, ubu noneho ibintu bitangiye kumera neza. Ubukerarugendo bumaze kuzamuka 80% ugereranyije nuko byari bihagaze mbere ya COVID-19. Amafaranga yo muri park by'umwihariko amaze no kuharenga gato. Ni intambwe nziza cyane yo kwishimira kandi twizera ko bizakomeza gutyo. Mu gusoza rero nagira ngo kandi bashimire uruhare runini mukomeza kudufasha kubungabunga pariki yacu. Mugira amahoro, murakoze cyane.